Good evening and salutations, my soap opera fans. Question of the night. What was the best soap opera of the week? General Hospital, Days of Our Lives, Young and the Restless, or B&B? Now, for me personally, I gotta give this week to GH. I gotta give it to GH. I'm not a fan of the Nurses Balls, the Nurses Ball events. I'm not, but there was some really good story there was some really good story. There was some really good stuff that was going on this week that I genuinely loved. Hell, even in today's my review, I had to give props when you had little Georgie, and James. Part of the event turns into the story with Liesel disappearing. But I want to know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. What do you think was the best story of this week? What's good to have him? What's good, Jonathan? Thank you for joining. Hope everyone is having a great or had a great week so far. Jocelyn says, welcome everyone to the Soap Chat with Albert Bostic. I got to sit there and write that down because I do like that intro. I mean, I like my intro, but that's also another good intro, though. How is everyone doing? Thank you for joining. So, today, I got this. Now, I took it on my refrigerator like a half an hour ago. I think it's still kind of too cold for me to eat, but de Havilland isn't. I mean, Darby's in the chat. Was good, Darby? Johnson says GH was good today. Yes, GH was good today. Oh, I'm not gonna lie. There is something about the first time when you have this ice cream. Oof. Samuel's in the chat. Was good, Samuel. Valerie's in the chat. Was good, Valerie. Samuel says. Samuel says I'm really liking YNR this week. Was good, Darby. Valerie says, hey, Albert, GH came through for 2 days with entertainment. Yeah. Yeah. Like I said, with the exception of Monday, every other episode was good. I enjoyed it. Samuel says, I'm a week behind on GH stuff. Well, I'll just skip the Mondays was crap, but everything else is actually pretty good, I would say. Monique is in the chat. Was good, Monique. Thank you for joining. Been way too long since I had this ice cream. Been way too long. Now, I still got my wine. I'm bringing my wine, but I didn't want to sit there and drink it while I'm having ice cream. But I figured I have some spoons or whatever, and when I get done with that, maybe I actually have a drink. Who knows? Johnson says the thing about the Nurses Ball, some of the best stories take place during that time. The performances are just sideshows. Yeah, it's really difficult to get through those sideshows. Darby says it was really hot this week. Enjoying your ice cream. Yes. Dolly's in the chat. Was good, Dolly? Yes, I got the Reese's, my favorite one. I gotta get this whole desk situation thing a lot more better. What's Valerie said? What's with the face, Valerie? Dolly says now one ice cream. Yeah, it's at that first bite. Yes, Jonathan, that first bite is oh. De Havilland, I got the Reese's. What's my thing? Reese's is so good. Oh my god, it's so good. Valerie says not my type of ice cream. Okay, Valerie, what kind of ice cream do you like? Monique says, does the dressing room have cameras at the nurses' ball? Why didn't Mac question people on the necklace? Do you see him put the necklace in his pocket? Exactly. I'm like, are you serious? Like, you just arrested him? There's no proof he actually did it? Like, Black Mind's in the chat was good, Black Mind. Okay, so Jonathan, you saw it. What did you think of it compared to? Okay, what did you thought of it compared to Eric's response to us the video? Oh, Valerie, you're a Haagen Dazs person. Okay, Freddie's in the chat. Was good, Freddie? Oof, Jesus Christ, that's good. Freddie's. I'm glad you're doing good, Blackmon. Thank you for joining us. Monique says my friend paid $100 for some fried chicken ice cream. What? Okay, so Jonathan, you enjoyed Eric's video. Okay. Now, Jonathan, you don't have to get into the specifics, but did you agree with Eric Reload on his take on Eric July's video? It's weird when I got to sit there because both of them are technically Eric, so it's like Eric versus Eric. CW says it's all good. CW, I didn't get the notification for some reason. Really? Did you get the post? Because I usually put out a post like a half an hour before I come in. Okay, good, Jonathan. Good. All right. I thought it was interesting. He's getting, Jonathan. He's getting a lot of smoke in his Twitter. He's not getting so much on his. I just feel bad for him. I put it this way. I feel bad for Eric. I do. The one and only Janet is in the chat. We'll get Janet. Monique, this dude, you told me this dude paid $100, and Monique said it came in a bucket like fried chicken. The crust is frosted flakes, and the inside is a Twix. I mean, don't get me wrong, it sounds really amazing. Not for $100 though. I mean, wow. Freddie says, Gladys, you ain't right. I know Brandon looking down saying, what have you done? What have you done this time? I think that really should be questioned. Ariana's in the chat. What's good, Ariana? Is an early morning for me to 5 a.m. begin work. Yeah. But Jonathan, I'm glad you actually saw the video though. Everybody says I'm sorry, Monique, but I don't have friends like that. Friends like that on purpose. Monique says Google it and you'll see it. I feel like they have something like that at Dunkin' Donuts, where I'm from. Johnson says Gladys framing Cody was a low blow. Yeah, but honestly, tell you the truth, do you expect anything less from Gladys? Think about it. Gladys sold out a kid from another country that was coming here and sold out her own son. So in reality, when you really think about it, are we really that surprised that Gladys didn't, Gladys is stooping low to come at Cody? I mean, seriously. CW says, ironically, I just finished watching your GH review while I was waiting for no. That's crazy. But CW, did you just okay? So let me ask you a question, CW. So you didn't get the notification, but you knew I was coming on at 8 o'clock, though, right? Let me know. Let me know that in the comment section. Hmm. Ariana says Gladys Karma is coming for her. Johnson said, yeah, Gladys haven't fully recovered. I mean, fully evolved. But CW says this is Gladys we're talking about. She helped frame Jason for Franco's murder. Exactly. And again, she sold out her own son. But CW, let me ask you a question now. Because you didn't get the notification though, but you knew I was coming on at 8 o'clock though, right? I just like to know that me being consistent does help on some level. People know what time I'm coming in. I'm coming on. Davlin says why. Darby says Gladys is always a screw up at heart and ultimately fails at everything she does. Damn. Monique says if Cody does touch the truth about Gladys, he is putting himself in danger with Miss Wu, so he is in a no-win situation. Tell the truth or find himself in the box. Exactly. Now CW says, I knew you were coming on. I just went straight to your channel. Thank you. Johnson says, and people wanted Cody off the show. Now CW says, I usually get the notification except for tonight. But again, even if you didn't get the notification, it's good that you know, that you knew what time I was coming on. So it's nice to know that being consistent does kind of pay off, you know. Mr. Bears in the chat, Mr. Bears says I never get to. Freddie says the reaction when Lucy fell through her picture. Oh yeah, it was hilarious. Devlin said tomorrow I'm going to California really early. Valerie says I get notification daily. Okay. Um, it was middle ground, Jonathan. It was middle ground. It wasn't terrible. It wasn't too great. It was. Ariana says sometimes I don't get the notification. However, I do turn in a little after 8. That's good. But yeah, Jonathan, it was middle of the road. It wasn't terrible. It wasn't super great. It was like it was okay. At least I'm happy that I know what Bo's plan is. Last day was good. Last day. Valerie says at least Lucy had her clothes on. I'm gonna start watching some of these old clips. But again, I'm glad that being consistent does pay off. Monique says instead of Robert going off on Valentine, he should be going off on Lucy. It was her fault that they are in this mess. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Darby said, is Lucy okay health wise? Yeah, she seems like she's fine. Johnson says next week Eric and Nicole are going to get it on if you what? You know what? I'm so disappointed with Nicole because I normally don't do the whole coupling thing, but I'm just like, I did like her with EJ, and for her to sit there and just go right back to Eric, it's like, ugh, I can't with Nicole. I can't. I can't. It just, mm. Well, if I have time, I'll sit there and review. I did actually review today, though, Jonathan. Devin says I like Cody Bell on GH, but he was better on One Night to Live. Jess is in the chat. Was good, Jess? Ariana says it's all Lucy's fault. So Tuesdays, well, you know what? Maybe I shouldn't say anything in case this person's watching. I shouldn't say anything because this person's watching. So I may put it in my I may put it in my members only live stream Johnson says, I bet Sloan is going to tell EJ about their infidelity. Yeah. It just, I'm so annoyed about that. Janet says, I'm not a fan of Lucy. She was, here's the thing. I don't know if you ever watched a show called Port Charles, but she was written so much better in Port Charles than she is in GH. The amazing Akeisha Moore is in the chat. Was good, Akeisha. Thank you for joining. Hope you had a great day. Monique says, I hope this Victor situation gives Sam a storyline will give her something to do. Bring back the Sam we know. Yes, I agree with that wholeheartedly. Johnson says Sloan is the one who catches them. Hmm. Jess, of course, has some strong. Jess straight up says, I hate Lucy. Kyrese is in the chat. What's good, Kyrese? Ariana says, Albert, your review on GH and like it's made. Thank you. Thank you, Ariana. Thank you. I don't know if you saw that comment that one person wrote that I'm not going to sit there and mention their name. But, man, when I saw that around like 4:30 in the morning, I was ready to go off. I was like, you know what? Screw it. So I'll save my smoke for that person if they decide to watch another review and be like, da 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 da. So we'll see. Dolly's in the chat. What's good, Dolly? Okay. It should. It definitely should, Jonathan. Just I'm surprised how much I enjoyed the Magic My act. Cody was looking good up there. Yeah, I had to sit there and skip that. But I'm glad people enjoyed it, so. But yes, Jonathan, it should be interesting. He looked like he saw a ghost, so I enjoyed that part. Ariana says, sir, I was in the live stream when it came out. Go wine that night. Yeah, what review was it? What's good, Kyrie? Nikisha, I'm at work listening to you. I might not be able to chat much as I want. Well, I'm happy that you're still with us though. Texas Gals in the chat. What's good, Texas Gal? Texas Gal says Victor diverted Laura and got Ace. Yes. Oh, yeah, it was the six. Yeah, the six. That person decided to come at my throat. So that was fun. But Monique says if I was ever going to commit a crime, Port Charles would be the place to do it. The PCP are so dumb. Yes. Kyrie says someone needs to kick Victor Casson old ass. I had enough of him. Krista's in the chat. Was good, Krista? Love seeing Grace, Drew, my daughter today. Oh, okay, that's who that. Okay, I had no idea what that was. That's a damn crime. It's so good. It's a crime. Victor says Victor's out of control. But you know what? In all reality, yeah, he's out of control, but he's out of control in a good way though. Because up until a point, not that many people really took him seriously. Not that many people took him seriously. They really didn't. Now they're taking him more serious. Now, Darby has a question or comment from Nikisha. Darby says, Nikisha, one last Star Trek Deep Space Nine question. Did you ever see the episode end, The Pale Moonlight? That's a Batman quote, right? That's a Christ, I forgot his name. What was the first Batman's name again? The actor. What's good, Gemini? Thank you for joining. Johnson says, "Well, we need a good villain. Jason Victor has become that. Yeah, he stepped up. Michael Keaton. That's a Michael Keaton line, right? That's a Michael Keaton Batman line." Perry says, "I was in no mood for Trina or Spencer today. That fast forward button was moving rapidly. Boo-hoo, the best thing that ever happened to him." Yeah, I wasn't with it. I was not with it. And here's the thing about Trina. Trina, this is the second time that you've seen Spencer act like an entitled ass. Is there a particular reason why you still want to be with him for? Because I'm missing something. Jolie says, "I know I didn't take Victor seriously. I kept waiting for Niles and Fran to show up and call him Mr. Shepard." Texas Gal said, "Threw homegirl off the bridge, shot Anna, and took Ace." Yeah, we're taking him seriously now. We are taking him seriously. I love how hmm. Gemini said, "I do not know why Cody never speaks up for himself." Just as exactly, I don't get what she sees in him. Yeah, I'm like, yo, listen. When somebody shows you who they are, you believe them. And like you said, Jess, and I said this in my review, it wasn't that long ago. He was sitting there doing the exact same thing at Portia's wedding. So I'm like, well, and then I sat and then I thought about it. I was like, listen, here's the thing. Either you rock with his entitled ass, you take him for who he is, or you tell him to kick rocks. Because like Marshall said, you got to change for yourself. You can't change for him. You can't change for her. You got to change for yourself. Nikisha, I was laughing at B&B, Hope thinking about Thomas while having X with him. I laughed too. I did. And then Liam was like, "Yo, what's wrong?" And she was like, "No, no, 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 nothing. Let's just keep going." Exactly, Ariana. You believed him the first time. Freddie says, they always love the bad boys. That's how it is. Valerie says, Trina doesn't know what to do with Spencer, and we have a new person. This is why we say hit the like button. Um, Anita? Anita says he also went to prison for her, actually showing her he wants to be better and generally good with her. So what's confusing about what she's seeing in him? What she's seeing in him? And Justice said maybe because he's spoiled, irrationally emotional, and entitled. And Anita? Is that how you pronounce your name? Anita? I'm really bad with names, by the way. So I'm gonna hope, well, first of all, thank you for joining us. And I'm saying your name right. Thank you for joining. Anita. Oh, Anita. Thank you, Jonathan. The I is pronounced Anita. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Jonathan. Thank you, Anita. Now, Monique says Trina is expecting Spencer to change overnight. He is a work in progress, and what was with Hope lurking around the corner. Thank you, Jonathan, and thank you, Nita, and thank you for joining us. Freddie says, but the fact is, Trina, you can't change Spencer at all, so why get mixed up in that dysfunctional cast foolishness? Yeah. Now, Texas. Now, I want to. Texas Gal said, I agree about Trina needing to decide about Spencer, but she is missing context about Dex and Josh. Still, Spencer will always be petty, impulsive, and entitled, especially with folks he don't like. Yeah. I mean, here's the thing, I said this. I didn't say this in my review. But as my memories return, who knows? Yes, context. So Spencer did sit there and say why he didn't like Dex, as far as Cam and everything like that, and really riding for his boy Cam. So he gave her context. But the thing is, it just looks ugly. You treating him like dirt and knowing that he can't fight back. Like, you're a coward. I mean, you're so much more than that, but that's on a long list of things I want to say about him. Have a good night, Krista. Thank you for joining. Let's everyone say good night to Krista. Gemini says, wait until Spencer finds out that Dex is spying on Sunny. Well, then I can sit there and see him being upset and wanting Sunny and stuff like that. But the stuff before, no, that's just him being an entitled prick. And yes, I do agree on some level. Change don't happen overnight. But come on, seriously, twice. You have to understand who you're dealing with, though. Anita says, but Spencer goes hard at anyone he don't like, whether they can fight back or not. How does it make him a coward? Because he's choosing to fight someone. He punched Dex in the face, knowing that Dex couldn't punch him back. It's not like he didn't have that same energy with Book when he was in jail. When Book stepped up to him, he didn't have that same energy. But he does it to someone that he knows is going to fight back. He talks down to someone that he knows is going to sit there and really come back at him. So, in my personal opinion, that makes him a coward. Yeah, pretty much just what Jess said. It is pretty much what Jess said. Gemini says, what entitled family does not act like Spencer? Well, I'm not going to sit there and give a list of other people. I'm just talking about Spencer. Um, and then Anita says that wasn't wrong. That was wrong, yes. Now he verbally come at him. Dex can talk back. Not really. Academy says, Annette, I got one word, I got one name for you about Spencer. Book. Freddie says, I'm sick of Willow's sad storyline and when I watch they pathetic wedding because Willow thinks it's the end, but eventually it will find Liesel and give Willow the transplant that she needs next. Yeah, yeah, I 100% agree with that. But here's the thing about Spencer that I was thinking. I give him his credit where credit's due. I generally don't like the character at all. Um, I know some people in the comment section do like Spencer. I agree to disagree with people because, well, it's a show and I don't really take it that seriously. But yeah, but another, yeah, I do too. Especially during the nurse's ball. That was just. Ugh. Gemini says, "I'm tired of Jocelyn rolling her damn eyes whenever Sunny comes around." I mean, granted, it's one of those. I agree with that because it's one of those things where it's like it got tired. It played itself out. Um, Texas Gal said, "Does anyone actually like Willow? Raise your hand." Here's the thing. I get that some people don't like Willow, but there's some people that genuinely hate her, and I'm like, all right, I get people don't like her, but the hate part, I don't know. I feel like it's a little bit too much. I feel like it's a little bit too much. I'm gonna be honest. It's a little bit too much. And some people want her to die, and I'm like, Jesus Christ. I'm like, I know it's a show and everything, but damn. And Anita says even this whole Dex and Michael takedown is not giving the excitement it's supposed to. The Michael character has so much potential. I think it's the pairing him up with such a weepy character. I agree with that. Valerie. Valerie says, I don't hate Willow. Lord B's in the chat. Gemini says Spencer is acting like Nicholas when he was younger. Nicholas did not grow up until he met Spencer's mom. Maybe. Now, Nikisha, I want Willow to die, but that doesn't mean I hate her. I just think it's a way better story if she does die. Okay, I get what you're saying, Nikisha. It's just for story purposes wise. I got you. Double C is in the chat. What's good, Double C? And Lord B says I don't hate Willow either. Texas guy says, does Nina even care that Lisa was missing, or is yeah? Texas, the second part, probably the second part more. Which on some level I can understand because time is running out for Willow. So on that level, I can understand it. It's not like she doesn't care about her aunt, but given the situation, Monique says Michael was his best when Carly was going to marry Franco. When he found out Sonny killed AJ, yes, I agree with that. Thank you, Val. Yes, hit the like button. Hit the like button. It really does actually help. I don't know where we are with likes because I'm on StreamYard, and for some odd reason, StreamYard is just you know that kind of stupid. Nikisha says Nicholas and Courtney's affair was brief and pointless, with the exception of Spencer being conceived. Oh, where are we with the likes? Okay, so yeah, we got 32. Well, okay, we got 31 people in the chat, and we got 14 likes. So if you are enjoying the stream, hit the like button. It actually does help. We get new people in. We just got Anita, which I actually have her name right. So I know it's such a YouTube thing to say, but it actually does work. Valerie says I forgot all about Courtney. Now Anita says Nicholas was a gentleman when he first appeared in Port Charles. Y'all don't know what y'all talking about. Well, I only started watching it in the year 2000, so before then, yeah, I don't know much about the Nicholas character. God, that's so good. Now, just says, I'm trying to figure out how Lucy made it all the way to the nurse's ball with the guy following her with a gun. Just when I start sitting there thinking about stuff too logically, it starts to hurt my damn head. I mean, yeah. Valerie says he was there to save Lula. Sorry, I'm just sending a text. Becky D's in the chat. What's good, Becky D? How have you been? Now, Darby says, please stop blaming someone's behavior on their family DNA. Some people are just a giant A on their own. I love that answer, Darby. I love it. I love it. Harry says the writers need to go through with it this time. Let Hope and Thomas hit the sheets. Hope deserves one night of fun outside of her wuss husband. Text the guy said Lucy was going to be at the nurse ball. Who cares if anyone loses their life because of her selfishness? That said Bobby's speech about it was shady. What? I'm sorry. Let me just read that sentence again. Texas gal said Lucy was going to be at the nurse's ball. Who cares if anyone loses their life because of her selfishness? That said. I mean, I, I felt like I still didn't read that right. Becky D says, why can't he just let Lucy die just once? She always making a mess and just stands by and watches everyone else dwindle in her mess. Because you know what? Somebody got to sit there and be the scapegoat. I said this before about Lucy, and I'll say it again. Okay? Lucy usually comes across as an airhead, but she's never been this dumb. They're making her this dumb for the plot. They're making her this dumb for the plot. That's the truth of the matter. Anita says Lucy should be dead. Dang, nine lives much. Nikki said Nicholas saved Lulu, but he took pride and pleasure in telling Lucky what Luke did to Laura. Spencer definitely wanted revenge for Laura abandoning him on Cassadine Island. Freddie says Sonny's going to find out about why Dex and Josh constantly together, I believe, in the next. Yes, I do remember seeing the previews. You are right about that. But the thing is, yeah, and I was going to sit there and say, Spencer already told him. So, Now, Kyrie says, I'll never forget when Liam ran away when he saw Thomas kissing Hope Mannequin, and I won't forget him fainting like a little girl when he hit Vinny with the car. My guy Kyrie's keeping it real. The one and only Tracy Steves is in the chat. What's good, Tracy? Thank you for joining us. It is always a pleasure to see you in the chat. Gemini says Spencer is spoiled, but Nicholas was mean. I have to take your word for that, because I was not around during that time, so I will happily take people's word for it. Hmm. Tony D's in the chat. What's good, Tony D? Just says, where was Drew? I thought he was on his way. Not that he's needed. Damn. Anita says, LOL, unnecessary Drew. Damn. I don't know. My whole thing is like, maybe I'm just being kind of an optimist, and I'm still holding out some hope for Drew that they can sit there and make his story good again. I'm gonna be honest. When he was first playing Drew, I actually liked him, and this whole story about being under Victor's mind control and stuff, and trying to get back his life and working with Jason. I loved that because here's the thing: I never watched um I never watched All My Children, so I never got a chance to really sit there and see Cameron act. So for me, it was a treat, and bringing Drew back and bringing him as Drew, I actually really enjoyed it. But now it's like they kind of saddled his storyline, which sucks. Ariana says Drew wasn't needed for anything. Damn. Does anyone like Drew? Does anyone actually in this chat actually like Drew? I'm genuinely curious. Besides me, does anyone? Cherie J's in the chat. Was good, Cherie J? Last day says Drew is just kind of there. Laura B says I like Drew. Okay, cool. What's good, Cameron? And Cameron does not like Drew. Valier says I still see. Valier says I still see Drew as Ryan from AMC. Janet says Drew has no value besides being handsome. Reminds me of a Hallmark movie. Texas Gal says I like Cameron, but the jury's out on his playing Drew. Let's find him someone he really has chemistry with. And Ariana says, I don't like Cameron Madison as an actor. Damn. Anetta said, Drew is carbon dioxide. He can disappear and I won't remember until next year. Jesus. Wow. Freddie says, I can't wait for the fallout when Sonny finds out not only Dex and Michael trying to take him down, but Carly Jr. was on board as well. Honestly, tell you the truth, the thing is, Freddie, as far as Josh is the least of Sonny's concerns. Like that's more like the cherry on top, you know? And Cherie J was coming in pretty hard. Courtney was weak, and so was Nicholas, which explains Spencer's pathological behavior. Oh, died. Never mind. Johnson says, but I can't. I can see Christina going off on Josh. Yes. Oh, if they ever actually do get the actress back, then that would be great. I would love that. Harry says, I'll take that chance. He's going to find out Phyllis is alive and be ready to expose, but going to get killed by Jeremy. Ooh, that would be interesting, Kyrie's. Because I mean, how many more times are we going to sit there and go through a different actor that plays Chance? Seriously. How many times are we going to sit there and do that? Freddie says, but wait until Jocelyn's mother finds out. Anita says, Anita says, Anita says the fact that Sonny raised Michael and Josh, now they want to send him to prison for what? His love choice? Please. Renee Thompson is in the chat. What's good, Renee? Just says Sonny raised Josh with a question mark. Um, you know what? I don't even remember. It's been so long. I don't even remember. I can't even sit there and I would actually have to go and try to fact check that. I mean, Sonny was in Josh's life since she was born. Jax kind of raised Josh. Yeah, Valerie. But Sonny was there also. But with Michael, yeah, I'm not too sure about Josh. But with Michael, yeah, that is definitely the definition of a slap in the face and the ultimate level of disrespect in that house. And Anita says, yes, as many times as Carly married and remarried Sonny, Josh was always with her mom. So, yes, Sonny was a parental figure from jump. And Gemini says Sonny did raise Josh after Carly and Jax got divorced. He traveled around doing business. Just says Jax raised Josh. Sonny just knew her when she was young. All right, well, that is a little kind of, yeah, that's a little kind of confusing. I don't even remember that now. Last day says Josh is annoying. Josh never worked a day in her life either. So how does she have the right to tell Spencer never worked a day in his life? What job does Josh ever? I don't remember that, but I mean, on that level, yeah, it's you're right on that. But that's why. Here's the thing. That's why I laughed, Freddie. I mean, last day. That's why I laughed when I saw Spencer, making fun of Esme talking about, but you never worked a day in your life. I'm like, bro. Besides this little coffee house thing that you only did when you really wanted to, you never really worked a day in your life either. So, right, you need to kind of just take that down a notch. And then it says, honestly, the young kids on GH have too many adult problems. They need to relax them and give them college level problems. It's something for them. I mean, I like the problems that they're giving them because it's interesting. What's good, Makai? Thank you for joining. Harry says, I remember watching an old scene, Carly trying to get Jax to adopt Morgan. Darby says, yes, but Sonny kind of pulled an AJ on Jax and prevented him from being with his daughter for a great deal of her life. That's something to be angry at Sonny for. Yeah, but she did wind up forgiving him. And it wasn't for a large part. It was literally for like maybe 6 months the most. And yeah, getting upset with him is one thing, but sending him to prison, yeah, I can't be on board with that. Johnson says, "Do you think Alexis will continue, or do you think Alex will continue working at Titan under Maggie for long?" I don't see him doing anything else. Cherie J said, "Was Courtney weak?" I don't even remember. Honestly, tell you the truth, it was too long ago. It was too long ago to sit there and really comment about Courtney. Now, just a great deal of her life. That's not true at all. It's not true. That's what I said. It was like literally for like 6 months or less. That's what I said. A great deal. Lord B says, "Hi, Cherie J." Keisha said, "Yes, Courtney was weak AF," and made sure to put the AF in there. I love it, Nikisha. Freddie says, "At least Sonny still has Dante and Christina as far as them other two. They some disloyal brats." Oh, another said Courtney wasn't weak. She was just young. There was nothing weak about Courtney. Monique says when Michael got shot, that was when Carly was like, Sonny's no good for Michael, but yet she went back to him. And now, how come Michael wasn't pissed at Jason for keeping him from AJ? Hmm, good point, Monique. Renee says the storyline with Sonny and Michael is so stupid. This is the energy he should had after Sonny killed his father. Yeah, here's the thing, Renee. I've been saying that for the longest. You know who also said that, Renee? Maurice Bernard. When he interviewed when he interviewed the chick that played Courtney, he laughed at that. He actually thought it was funny. So if the actor thought it was funny, you know it's a problem. Johnson says when AJ finds out that Nicole hooked up with Eric, AJ will probably attack Eric. I'm with it. I mean, in all reality, you can just kind of kick that chick to the curb. I'm gonna be honest. The minute that she hooks up with Eric, I'm done with Nicole. I am I am done with Nicole. I'm done with Nicole. Texas guy said, wasn't Courtney BFF Carly? You think Carly would defend Spencer? Little Brad Josh pushed him in the pool every other day one summer. Okay. Tony D says no, Courtney was a blonde version of Sam, but dopey when she first appeared. AJ even tricked her in the match. Yeah, Tony D, I'm not gonna lie, that was one stupid ass story. Tony D, that was one dumb ass story. Oof. Now, Lord, seriously? Gemini says Sonny shot AJ because of Carly's lies. What? I thought Sonny shot AJ because you know what? Actually, tell you the truth, I don't remember. Johnson says we'll have to see what led up to their hookup. Honestly, tell you the truth, Jonathan, you're right. But just the simple fact that she went from EJ going right back to Nicole, I mean, going right back to Eric, it just bothers me. I will sit there and watch it through, but I'm telling you right now, I'm already sitting there telling Nicole to sit there and kick rocks, but we'll see. Now Johnson says it was Ava's lies. It was Ava's lies that led to Sonny shooting AJ. Yeah, I remember them saying that. Yeah, exactly. Another because he thought AJ killed Connie. It was because of Ava. Yes, Kyrie's. Oh, okay, Tony J. Here he says 3J says, can anyone name all the worthless characters on GH? Hmm. Depends on your perspective, Sherry. One says AJ did get back at Jason for stealing Michael, and it turned out they were not really married. And Becky D says the list is just too long. Yeah, it had a lot to do with Ava lying to Sonny, saying that AJ killed Connie, and it was really Ava that killed Connie. Texas gal, Texas gal says some characters they don't even have enough on GH. Yeah, like Molly and TJ. AJ's in the chat. What's good, AJ? How are you doing today? Okay, so Anita says LOL worthless characters in GH. Lucy, Molly, and TJ, Drew, Christina, Olivia, Link, etc. Oh, Darby. CW says Darby gifted a membership. Nice. Let me take a look at that. It was Jonathan. It was actually really good. Holy Jesus Christ. Okay, so yeah, if you click on the dollar sign and you want to be a member, click on the dollar sign and hopefully it will come up. Yes, we got one gifted membership. Please join. We have so much fun. Seriously, ask anyone in the chat that's a member. Have a good night, Freddie. Thank you for joining. Monique says, I saw your review on B&B before I came into the chat, and that picture of Hope you had, I was like, she is crazy stuff. Yeah, it was definitely interesting. Also, thank you for watching the review, Monique. Anita says, Felicia at this point bringing Heather back. Johnson says, I hope we get to see Megan and Kristen interact in prison. Yes. Yes, I'm so down for that. Sherry J. No, Spencer isn't a useless character. He may annoy the hell out of me, but he's not a useless character. Darby says, and then Christina, Olivia are not useless characters yet. Yeah, I'm gonna have to respectfully agree to disagree with you on that one, Sherry J. Have a good night, Freddie. Thank you for joining us. I hope somebody actually does get that membership though, because we do have a hell of fun. Like, who the hell is Janet says I'm a proud member, great private live. Let me highlight that. Janet says I'm a proud member, great private live streams. Yes, we have a lot of fun. We have a lot of fun. And I enjoy it too. It's like it's a nice little group and stuff like that, you know. Sherry J says, well, Spencer may not be useless, but he's a very weak and dumb. Mm, I don't think dumb is the right word. I would sit there and say more like inexperienced with life, entitled, very bratish. Now, Anita says they need more young adults, too many vets. I don't know, but because I have a different take on the vets and stuff like that. Like when I watch Days of Our Lives, because I feel like with GH they don't use their vets. With Days, they actually do use their vets. So I don't know. Monique says, I hope Nicole doesn't get back with Eric after everything he put her through. She still wants him. I pray Nicole has a plan when it comes to Eric. I hope so too. I do. I seriously hope so too. I know Jonathan was like, let's wait and see, but the fact that she just goes right back to him, I was like, yo, you know what, Nicole, if you ever get in a relationship with somebody else, I'm just not gonna care. I'm just really not going to care. I mean, I'm not supposed to saying like, because here's the thing, Egypt can be, but so far they actually been really good together. They really have. They've been actually really good together. So you're gonna throw it all away to sit there and go back out with Saint. Also, thank you again, Darby. Thank you again, Darby. You are amazing. Now, Sherry J said Trina has excellent potential to be a successful person later on in life, unlike Spencer. Yeah, Jess said, yeah, I remember him saying he didn't want his name to be involved or something like that. Now maybe somebody. Darby says EJ can be most like Stefano out of all his brothers. Eric should be careful and scared. Tony D says it's the Itchy and Scratchy show. It took me a second because you know what? I haven't watched The Simpsons in so long that it took me quite a quite a large amount of time. And that is said, I don't remember the last time I watched B&B. They recycle stories more than recycle companies. You know what? They also recycle a lot of dialogue, and that's the part that's so unforgivable. Barbie says all this Spencer hate is making me go anti Trina. Johnson says today was great. Today was great seeing Jason Morgan and Stephen. Exactly, Jonathan. Okay, so for the people that watch Days, I think we can all agree that Harrison, Steve's character, is pretty much, well, Jason 2.0. Okay, we all see it. Oh, Tony D says Brooke and Ridge are itchy and scratchy. Anita says Darby, the Spencer hate doesn't make much sense to me either, but it can never make me anti Trina. Trina is love or hurts. Yeah, I mean, that is the thing though, Anita. When it comes to Spencer, there's people that just genuinely hate him. And there's just people that do have constructive criticism for him. Now, for me, being a reviewer, I try to keep it balanced. You know, I'll never sit there and like if he does something good that I think he does something really good, I'm gonna sit there and praise it. If he does something stupid, I'm gonna sit there and call him out. Even though I'm gonna be honest, I can't even really stand the character. Justice is not even Jason 2.0, just Jason on days. Laura B says, I don't hate Spencer, I just hate his attitude. Yeah. Mm, You know, Cherie J, here's the thing. As much as I don't like Spencer, I would sit there and say he's not a lost cause. He's not a lost cause. I don't think most people are a lost cause. Spencer, no. He is young, impulsive, and he's annoying right now. But I wouldn't sit there and say he's a lost cause though. Another says he hasn't done anything but be an ass sometimes. Most times he is just a misguided kid. I can't hate a misguided kid who actually tries to do better but falls short. Well, Anita, you have better patience than I do. I'll say that much. And that's not a knock to you. That's actually I'm complimenting you. Like you have way more patience than I do. Monique says Spencer should have spent more time in jail. That's very true. That is very, very 100% true. This dude practically went to Club Med. Okay, he went to Club Med. He didn't even go to jail the first time. He went to Club Med. Laura B says he's still young. He has time to grow and be better. Yeah, Laura B, that's what I said. I don't think that he is a lost cause. Tony D says Spencer is just too entitled. Laura B says, I think a lot of you don't like Spencer because he's being himself. Um, yeah, yeah, that's one way to put it. Ariana says Spencer is okay. He has some growing to do. Yeah. And last day says Spencer was so much as a kid on GH. He has a personality. He was funny. The first storyline I ever saw live on GH Fan once was Spencer with his burnt face. I love that storyline. Cat Lady, how have you been, Cat Lady? Oh my God, you have been missed. Cat Lady is in the chat. Let's say what's up to Cat Lady. Oh, hold on. AJ said yes, Spencer may be an ass, but he was spot on about Dex. Okay. It wasn't even when I was on the highlight. Let's everyone say what's up to Cat Lady. Kyrie says, I can't wait for the day Victor Newman stopped kissing Victoria's behind. She is vindictive. I can't stand her and her ex stripper. Wow. Kyrie is coming in with the smoke. Last last day says, so basically Spencer just sucks. Now Johnson says, I think if Spencer spent more time in jail, he probably would have came out worse than he is, especially if he went through a traumatic experience. There, just look what happened with Nick's Nick Fallon, Nick Fallon on Days. You know, uh, I get that. I do. I get that, and I'm not sitting there saying that that's right, but hmm, well, let's put it this way: I wouldn't wish that on anyone. What happened to Nick Fallon? I would never wish that on anyone. But what it really comes down to is this level of privilege. And I think that's what people are upset about. Because anybody else would have went to jail for a lot longer and wouldn't have went to Club Med. They would have went to Pentonville. So the fact that he didn't go there because of his connections, yeah, I understand how some people can be, kind of really. Now AJ says I'm with the minority. I like Spencer despite his flaws. That's good. That's good. W says everybody who wants Spencer to go to prison should spend a month in prison and see how they like it. I mean, it's not. Here's the thing: it's not about like. It's not about like. It's about right versus wrong. You know, it's about right versus wrong, and it's about entitlement and connections. Spencer not going to jail as long as somebody else, as long as somebody else would have, is not even the problem that people have with him. That's like having a cold and just having runny eyes every now and then. That's not even the biggest part of the sickness or whatever. It's his attitude and the fact that he just rubs people the wrong way. But it's how you. I guess maybe it's more the way you come at Spencer. Some people just straight up they start calling him every name in the book. And then there's just some people that will sit there and break it down and be like, I don't like this, I don't like that, I don't like this part of his attitude, I don't like this part of his personality. I think that's fun. We all do that when it comes to these soap characters. Now, Becky D says, I don't believe anybody is absolutely redeemable. Anybody can change. It has to do if they make the effort. Now, AJ say maybe Josh loves Trina, but I don't. She really looking out after her. What? Josh sat there and looked at it and Trina was okay. So here's the thing: Trina was upset because, well, Spencer showed his ass again and was entitled in talking down to Dex. But this is the second time that happened. This is the second time that happened. So, Trina being upset with Spencer, it's like, bro, you know exactly who he is. You know who he is. That's not sit there and try to act like you don't know who he is. Now, Josh says that I do agree that he got off easy, but the little time he spent in Penville, I just don't think a longer sentence would have improved his characteristics. I mean, I agree with that, Jonathan. But the thing is, it's not so much about characteristics. That's the thing. Him going to jail, coming out, would have made him a better person. We can all agree with that. But it's not about making him a better person or a worse person. It's just about him getting a lighter sentence compared to somebody else. That's all. Daisy Flowers in the chat was good, Daisy. Tony D says Josh acts just as entitled as Spencer sometimes. I don't really have to think about it. I know that she does, but maybe it's because Spencer's just so much more louder with his privilege. Anita says Trina is not acting like she doesn't know who Spencer is. She has experienced the worst of him out of everyone. She just believes in him. Okay. I have to think about that for a minute. I really does have to. I really do actually have to think about that for a minute because the thing is, Anita, if you're sitting there saying Trina's not acting like she doesn't know who Spencer is, then why is she so upset with him then? This is the sec. If that's the case, then why is she so upset with him? Why is she so upset with him? You know, that's the thing. If she knows exactly who he is, then it's like, yo, chill out. You know exactly who he is. You know how he acts. No, Monique says I spent 1 day in jail, not prison, and that was enough for me to get my act together. Maybe Spencer needs tough discipline and not the old sweet is going to be okay getting his ass. Anita says she is upset with him because that's her way of holding him accountable. Uh, Maybe. What's good, Hippie? Thank you for joining. AJ says Spencer may come off as rude, but she says what's on her mind, and that's why people can't take the fact he's honest. Darby, Anita said y'all want her to just ignore his bad behavior. That's not how you treat people that you love or care. I don't know. I don't know. I just look at that and I'm like, there's only so many times you can sit there and really talk to this man about the same thing multiple times, you know? There's only so many times you can sit there and have that same conversation. The fact that she had that conversation with him more than once about the way he's sitting there treating people, you know? And I'm not sitting and I'm not sitting saying you need to break up or anything like that, but I'm like, oh, you need to sit there and really reevaluate your life if you want to sit there and be with him. Because yeah, I agree that change does take time, and he needs to make that change for himself. But if this is how he's going to sit there and keep acting, you need to sit there and believe him. You need to sit there and believe him and see him for who he is. Now that's not coming out of hate or anything like that. That's just Christ. AJ said Spencer shouldn't apologize for bashing Dex. Shouldn't apologize for bashing Dex. So you know what? I'm not even gonna. I'm not even gonna. I'm not even gonna go there. Like I said, I know people. They love Spencer. They'll sit there and defend his actions. They'll defend, which is fine. But you know what? To each his own. I just gotta agree to disagree. I'll say that much. Now, Daisy Flowers says Dex needs to knock Spencer out once. Yeah, I bet if he does that, Dex. I bet if he does that, Spence wouldn't be Smith there being so being so up in his face. I tell you that much. He'll sit there and think twice before he decides to start getting loud up in his face again. Now Johnson says, "Do you think Lee will end his marriage deal with Gabby now that he has proof?" Nope. Unfortunately, I don't, Jonathan, and that's the part that just kind of annoys me because I feel like Gabby is just acting. I mean, granted, I know it's a soap, but it's like just being so trash. As granted, I'm not saying that Lee's a great character, but damn. AJ said I'm not defending his actions, but he isn't the only entitled person on the show. He's not. You are 100% right, AJ. He is not. There is a lot of people that's entitled here or there that we could sit there and talk about, but I'm not talking about any of them. We just happen to sit there and talk about Spencer, so that's what I was talking about. Now, Hippie said they cut out a lot on YouTube today, but I've seen it all on Hulu. Yeah, Hippie. It sucks. It sucks, Hippie. Trying to watch it on Hulu. I mean, watch it on YouTube. It's just the worst. It is 100% the worst. That's not, but honestly, to tell you the truth, when I used to sit there and watch Days on YouTube, they used to actually have the really good clean version. And then that, yeah, exactly. AJ said, I understand you guys have opinions regarding Spencer, but I have minds about him. Exactly, AJ. In all reality, here's the thing, AJ, you are entitled to have your opinions about Spencer. You are entitled to like him. And that's the bottom line. No one is not there saying that you shouldn't like him or your opinions is wrong or anything like that. We're just having a friendly conversation and debating about this character. That's all. So, with me personally, I am not sitting there trying to come at people sideways. And also, to tell you the truth, it's not that serious to me. Johnson says, I hope Adam does end up creating his own company and not having any kind of interference from Victoria. I mean, from Victor or Victoria. But you know what, Jonathan? I feel like Victoria. You know how Victoria is. But Jonathan, I don't know if Adam is actually up to the challenge as far as, starting his own company or anything. I don't see him being up to the challenge. Well, to tell you the truth though, I also do have a very low opinion of of Adam. So there's that. CW says Robert really got on my nerves today, blaming. Yeah, CW, yo, Robert was being a dick today. XX says I wish the other shows would do what YNR and turn their episodes into audio podcasts the same day it airs. Harry says, don't disrespect my Adam like that. He's a Harvard graduate and a very good at business. You might be right, Kyrie's. But the thing is, you've been watching the show longer than me. I'm going off the perspective of, like, you have to understand, like, my perspective is different. I'm not going in it where I've watched the history of him, his ups, his downs, his highs, his lows, you know. So it's not really so much disrespect, but also, my view as far as no one is spared the rod. But I don't know. Like I said, I just listen. When Adam actually does something that impresses me, I talk about it. We just, I'm not there with Adam yet. Daisy Flower says Adam is also good at driving the women in his life crazy. Last day it could have been off screen. Last day it could have been off screen. I'm just suspecting that because YNR has this tendency of having things happen off screen. Tony D says, I'm so sick of Victoria. She is a narcissistic shrew. Dating flaws every woman starts off sane and then starts losing their minds. AJ says, I think Daisy Flowers blocked me because I can't read her comments. Yeah, what's good, XX? Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to keep up with the conversation, so I don't know what may actually have happened or anything like that. Johnson says maybe EJ will blackmail Stefan and Gabby. Oh, he definitely will. He definitely. I can totally see him doing that. Kyrie says yes, he came to the show as a Harvard graduate. That's why Victoria had was insanely was instantly jealous of him. I watched that scene. Oh, okay. Well, like I said, Kyrie, you're kind of my fallback guy. So I got questions. I'm definitely coming to you. Have a good night, Anita. Thank you for joining. Last day says, yes, Albert, yes, I forgot about that. I hate when YNR does that because I'm like, what happened here? Yeah. You know why they do that, right? Last day? Because they want to save money. That's why. They want to save that money. One of the reasons why they actually sat there and fired so many writers. Hippie says I like how Cody is being protective with Sasha. He cares for Mac. Cody can redeem himself. Everyone can redeem themselves. Most people can redeem themselves. Let me correct myself. Darby says, Alyssa, you're right. Book was different. Spencer was in prison where you die alone without protection. Michael was with Sonny. Michael was Sonny's son, and he still got our prison, so don't be mad at him for not resisting Brooke. Tony just says there's no more good villains or love stories anymore on soaps. And Monique said Adam and Victor don't get along because they are too much like both grown up the same, although different circumstances. Both had to earn everything they got. Nothing was handed to them. But see, and that's the thing, Monique. Um, Barbie says, "How on earth did somebody die in a volcano?" Um, see, that's part of my thing when it comes towards Adam. I don't really know him. Like as far as watch him earn all the stuff that he earned and stuff like that. So when I'm watching it, I'm seeing how he's talking to his dad. I have a different perspective than other people who've been watching the show longer. Now Johnson says, any new theories on who's after Paulina? I feel like it's somebody from her past. Um, either um, I mean, here's the thing. A lot of people seem to think like maybe it's TR's brother or cousin or something like that. I'm just like, maybe it's somebody different though. Maybe it's somebody different that we don't know about, you know? Because I feel like that would also be interesting if it's is that No, but Jonathan, maybe it's somebody that's not related to TR codes. That's somebody that's totally different. You know, somebody that Paulina screwed over at one point in time, maybe during her whole real estate mogul days. Because I feel like if it was like TR Coates, then everyone would kind of expect that. At last day says Albert to save money. Isn't CBS a multi-million dollar company, or do they not care about the soaps that much? Last day, they don't care about the soaps that much. I can tell you that right now. Ask any reviewer, ask any soap opera reviewer. They do not care about the soaps. They don't. CW says Albert, or maybe it could be TR himself. Is he really dead? That could be it too. I wouldn't put it past him. Now, Johnson says it could be someone who lost their business due to her trying to build Price down. Yeah. Now, Daisy Fly says I like Jex. They have potential to be a love story. Hippie says, or maybe something isn't right away because no money is in the bank. I feel like I'm reading somebody else's comment. Last day he says, Albert, that explains a lot, honestly. Yeah. I'm definitely looking forward to it more. uh, honestly, to tell you the truth, maybe because I haven't really been doing Days of Our Lives reviews in so long, but I mean, my numbers are at like 33. I'm like, I certainly do hope that those numbers actually do go up because, yeah. But I think I'm going to sit there and end the stream right here. Even though I said I was only going to be on for like an hour. You know how it is whenever I talk to people in the chat. It just lasts way longer than an hour, like always. Have a good night, Tony D. Have a very good Easter Sunday, good Passover, whatever you celebrate. I want to thank everyone for joining. This was a lot of fun. This was a lot of fun. I love talking to everyone in this chat. Um, even when we don't agree, we can always agree to disagree. Anna B. Have a good night, Anna B. Have a good night, XX. Have a good night, Jess. Have a good night, Becky D. Have a good night, Daisy Flower. Johnson says, thank you all for joining us for this edition of Soap Chat with Albert Bostic. I gotta write that down. Oh my God. Kyrese. Wow, Kyrese. Oh my God. Dude, I love you. Oh my God. Thank you so much. Kyrie says, good night, YT, for your hard work. Try to ease up on my Adam note. All right, Kyrie, just for you. I'm always in there trying to keep it balanced, though. Yeah, Kyrie's. My God. Wow. Thank you, Becky D. Yes, hit the like button. Hit the like button. It does help. Jesus Christ, Kyrie's. You are. Wow. Happy Easter, everyone. Happy Passover. What's up, Dave? I feel so bad. I feel so bad because you just got here. Wow. My God, Kyrie's, you are. Yes, Kyrie's is definitely the rock star of the year. Last day it says like Number 25. Okay, yeah, no, definitely get that likes off. Okay, thank you. Yeah, yes, hippie. Kyrie's is. I can't stop smiling. Kyrie's is just. Well, I'm speechless. Wow, Kyrie's, you are amazing. Oh my God, dude, I love you. You are just. Jesus. I'll try to hold my. You know what, Kyrie's, for that, I will definitely do my best to sit there and try to be a little easier on Kyrie's. Just for you, though. Dave says, "Did you like today's episode?" Oh, I loved it, Dave. I loved it. I want to do my review on GA, so definitely check that out. Yeah, Nikisha. Thank you, Becky D. Thank you. Yeah, Nikisha. He's yeah. Definitely had to sit there and go a little easier on Adam. Hippie, I am just breathtaking. I can't even speak. All right. So before I continue to keep babbling like an idiot, thank you. Thank you, Karius. Thank you so much. And thank you, everyone. Hope everyone has a great, safe weekend. Guess I'm gonna have to sit there and be a little more nicer to Kyrie's. To Adam at this point. CWs, thank you. Thank you. I always feel like I'm surrounded by good people like yourself, CW. So thank you. Well, Becky G, having people like you around me, that definitely does help. That helps. That really does. And I don't think I'm a bad person, but when I see good people like you that come through, Becky G and Kyrie's and Cat Lady and Darby, AJ and Janet and Nikisha, Dave and Blackmon and other people that didn't name, but you know who you are, it's just special. Janet, no, not this weekend. Just because it's Easter, and I'm probably gonna sit there and want to be with family. I know other people are gonna be with family this week, so but I definitely will be next weekend now. Also, in the next couple of weeks, I'm gonna actually have some really good surprises stuff. Definitely stay tuned. Thank you. Yes, thank you, Darby. Hit that like button. I don't even know where we are at this point. Somebody said we was at 25. I'm seeing some chick that's doing a split for some odd reason. I don't know what the hell that's about. Oh, wow, 28. Okay. All right, I'll take it. All right, Janet. All right, everyone. And again, just a big shout out again to Kyrie's, Man of the Year. All right, everyone. Have a great weekend. Have a good night, Valerie. Have a good night, Cat Lady. Stay safe, everyone.